Here's Brody Brazil.
You know, throughout this entire saga of the A's and potential relocation to Las Vegas, we kind of keep hearing from the same groups of people over and over again. Lawmakers in Nevada, politicians in Oakland and Alameda County, Major League Baseball owners, members of the media, other pundits with opinions. There's so many people we tend to focus on, even baseball players that kind of don't have a ton at stake here. But one group that should get more of the focus, and hasn't really up to this point, are Oakland fans. They have a ton invested in this. History, tradition, legacy, passion. And this could be potentially a traumatizing experience if, in fact, the A's leave town and baseball is no more in the East Bay. And you think about just the whole give and take of this entire process, the irony is that fans have the most to lose in all of this, but they also have the very least control over the situation. They don't really have a seat at the table because all that's left right now, basically, is a vote by baseball owners. They need 75% yes. If they get it, this team is largely approved to relocate to Las Vegas. You may have some people here in Oakland, fans of baseball, fans of the A's, that decide to obviously cut off their connections with this A's franchise, but also maybe entirely lose a passion and interest with Major League Baseball at all. I've heard and seen that sentiment over and over again. If the A's leave, I'm not only done with them, I'm done with baseball itself. So yeah, fans have a lot at stake here, but also the least hands-on control of the situation. That being said, there is one thing fans have had from the start of this process, and they were quick to activate, and that is their voice. Fans in Oakland, they created a message and a movement this summer. You've seen it through chants and shirts and other organized activities. They've been widely seen and received across baseball. I think most people around baseball are largely aware of what the A's intentions are in relocation because they've seen the fans react to it. Other than that, why would it be on the radar of a Phillies fan or a Marlins fan or an Atlanta fan? It kind of wouldn't. But fans have seen other fans here in Oakland. They've seen this. They're now aware of this. And they kind of have an understanding of the conflict and tension at hand. And I got to say, from A's fan perspective, what else did they have? Other than their voice, they found a way to use it. And this voice, it wasn't just something for show. It has gone distances. This voice of fans, it has reached players, coaches, media members, and even the MLB commissioner, Rob Manfred. And I know when he responds to things like the reverse boycott and downplays them and shows you that body language, that means the message has been sent and appropriately received. Doesn't mean he likes it, as he shouldn't, but it does mean that the message has come across and worked. And so fans have done the absolute only and best thing possible that's in their control, and that is get their voice out there, try and show their feelings, their frustrations, at least tell their side of the story, and also let everybody know they do exist, contrary to the narrative that is so frequently out there. But ultimately, when you add all this up, did the fans make an impact? Yeah, I think so. Did they have some momentum across this summer? I believe they did. Did they generate awareness? I think we've established that. The one thing we don't know about yet is also obviously the most important thing still to come. Will their voice, will their message and their movement change the result of baseball owners in a possible and likely vote, which reportedly will happen sometime in November? I've predicted closer to winter meetings in early December. It doesn't matter. Sometime after this season and before the new year, will the fan movement and messages change the result of what baseball wants to do, what they'll decide to do? That remains to be seen. But like I said, at this point, it's one of the only things that matters. But the dynamics are about to change here for A's fans, because when the baseball season ends in Oakland after October 1st, the platform for fans also largely changes as well. Because after October 1st, for A's fans, there are no top of the fifth innings. There are no places to show your banners and wear your t-shirts. And so what they've been exhibiting all season long, that opportunity for them, comes to an end. Now, in their interest, they might want to find a way to keep it going, and that's kind of the point of this whole video. We'll talk about that in just a second. It's just important to realize at this juncture, the A's fan platform will be different once there's no baseball and the A's go dormant as a baseball team over the winter. Timing matters here. Because if we are talking about a vote in November and December, and we've seen the momentum that, like I said, A's fans have generated, the movement that they've created, but now all of a sudden, in the most critical time approaching this said vote, I don't think fans will be forgotten if a vote is taken in November or December. I think they've already established themselves, but let's also be honest, their movement will not be fresh if a vote is taken by November 24th. Wait, is that Thanksgiving? I don't even know. Or even December 10th. It doesn't matter. You will be almost 2 months removed from the most recent A's game or fan statement or sentiment or showing or activity. I'm saying it will have been a while since A's fans were together with the opportunity to present in unison, like they did during any of those reverse boycott games. So yeah, the timing matters here. When a vote would be in the recency of fan sentiments, it's not going to be as loud and as frequent in November and December as it has been basically June, July, August, and even here in September. So my question, and this is not a video with really a message from me, this is a question that I'm asking, and the whole point and the whole premise of this video, what's next? What will A's fans do? How will they adapt and evolve their message, their feelings, their approach, their tactics? Because this is crunch time. To kind of go dormant and quiet at this point seems like the worst time to let off the gas pedal, so to speak. It's going to involve some creativity. Like I said, you don't have baseball games to show up for anymore in Oakland or at a lot of the other ballparks around the country. Once playoffs hit, you're down to less than half the teams that play in the regular season. But also, MLB is not going dormant. There's going to be a DS and a CS and a World Series. A lot of important games, a lot of eyes on the baseball world during the month of October and a little bit beyond. So, what can A's fans do? What will they do? Can they capitalize on this? Or will they just kind of ride off into the sunset? I don't know. I'm curious. I've seen so much this summer, and I'm recognizing the months ahead will be different. So what do A's fans have planned next? And I should also throw this in at the very end of the video. First off, relocation has only happened once in the last 50 plus years. That was the Montreal Expos moving to Washington, D.C. to become the Nationals. But even back then, in the early 2000s, there was not such a thing as social media. Certainly not like it is today. And that's kind of the leverage that this is the first time in any baseball relocation, which, by the way, has also only happened a little bit more than a dozen times through more than 100 years, and a lot of it was moving out west. My point is, this is already rare, but this is also now only the first time ever that fans will get to have this type of voice, this type of platform on social media that they'll be able to reach the masses themselves. And so I'm stating the obvious. I don't think I'm predicting a secret or anything that you weren't already thinking of, but this era of relocation and this experience of it is going to be far different than anything else because the fans can get out there if they want to. They can have this platform if they want to. You made it here to the end of the video. You know I appreciate that. Thumbs up down below Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel so I can definitely see you back here next time.